Have you ever wondered what would happen if, overnight, every dollar, euro, yen, and yuan in the world just became Bitcoin? What would our world, let's call it Crypto Earth 2025, actually look like? It sounds like science fiction, but let's dive into this massive what if and explore the good, the bad, and the downright chaotic. Picture this. You wake up tomorrow. You check your bank account, and instead of dollars, you see a long string of numbers with a BTC next to it. Your salary, your savings, your mortgage, it's all in Bitcoin. The first thing you'd probably notice is chaos. Global financial markets would be in an absolute frenzy. Stock exchanges would halt, banks would be overwhelmed with confused and panicked customers, and governments would scramble to figure out what just happened. This isn't just a currency swap, it's a fundamental rewiring of the entire global economic system. So, let's get our morning coffee. How do you even pay for it? You'd pull out your phone, scan a QR code, and send a tiny fraction of a Bitcoin, a few Satoshis, to the cafe. Simple, right? In theory, yes. For a small, everyday purchase, the transaction might feel seamless, almost futuristic. But what about the cafe owner? They've just received your Satoshis. Now they have to pay their suppliers, their employees, and their rent, all in Bitcoin. This is where things get complicated. Bitcoin's transaction speed and cost, known as gas fees, would become a huge problem. Right now, the Bitcoin network can only handle a handful of transactions per second. Compare that to Visa, which handles thousands. In our Crypto Earth scenario, billions of people trying to buy coffee, pay bills, and get paid would create an epic digital traffic jam. Transaction fees could skyrocket, making that $5 coffee cost you $10 in fees. Or you might have to wait hours, even days, for your payment to be confirmed. The entire pace of commerce would grind to a halt. Solutions like the Lightning Network, which are designed for faster, cheaper payments, would become absolutely essential. But scaling them up to a global level overnight would be a monumental challenge. Now let's talk about the big one: volatility. Bitcoin's price is famous for its wild swings. One day it's up 10%, the next it's down 15%. Imagine your life savings doing that. You could go to bed feeling like a millionaire and wake up barely able to afford groceries. This kind of instability would make financial planning a nightmare. How can a business set prices? How can you save for retirement or a house deposit if the value of your money is constantly on a roller coaster? The global economy thrives on a degree of predictability, and with Bitcoin as the sole currency, that predictability would be gone. On the other hand, there are some fascinating upsides. One of the biggest selling points of Bitcoin is its decentralized nature. It's not controlled by any single government or central bank. This means no more government-induced inflation. Your purchasing power wouldn't be slowly eroded because a central authority decided to print more money. Your wealth would be yours, protected by cryptography and censorship-resistant. For people living under oppressive regimes or in countries with hyperinflation, this could be a lifeline. Suddenly, they'd have a stable store of value that can't be easily seized or devalued by their government. This would be a massive shift in a global power dynamic. What about banking? The entire concept of traditional banking would be turned on its head. With Bitcoin, you are your own bank. You control your private keys, you control your funds. This would grant financial sovereignty to billions of people who are currently unbanked, those without access to traditional financial services. All you'd need is a smartphone and an internet connection to participate in the global economy. This could unlock incredible economic potential and reduce global inequality in ways we can't even imagine. But it also comes with immense responsibility. If you lose your private keys, your money is gone. Forever. There's no customer service helpline to call, no bank manager to help you recover your password. And what happens to debt? Mortgages, student loans, credit card balances, all of it would be instantly converted to Bitcoin. If you had a $300,000 mortgage, you'd now owe a certain amount of BTC. But what happens if the value of Bitcoin doubles? Does your debt, in dollar terms, also double? Or is it fixed to the Bitcoin amount? This legal and logistical nightmare would take years, maybe even decades to untangle, likely leading to a wave of defaults and financial ruin for many. Central banks, the pillars of our current monetary system, would become obsolete. Their primary tools, controlling interest rates and money supply, would be useless. Governments would lose a major lever of economic control. So, what's the verdict on Crypto Earth 2025? The initial transition would be nothing short of catastrophic. The global economy would likely collapse into a deep recession due to the logistical chaos, transaction bottlenecks, and paralyzing volatility. People's life savings could be wiped out and the world would face unprecedented uncertainty. However, if we could somehow survive that initial shockwave, the long-term picture might be different. A world running on Bitcoin could be more transparent, more equitable, and more resistant to censorship and inflation. It could empower individuals in ways never seen before, creating a truly global and open financial system. But the path to get there would be paved with immense challenges and economic turmoil. It's a fascinating thought experiment, but for now, I think we can all agree it's probably for the best that our dollars are still dollars when we wake up tomorrow. What do you think? Could a world running entirely on Bitcoin ever work? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more explorations into the future of technology and finance. See you in the next video.